What's up, sports fans? What's up, world? This is MC Run with his co-host,
It's Kenneth.
and we are keeping it 10 toes down. We are the sports podcast that's in the month of April. I know, ain't this your birthday month too, KJ?
Nah, but it's about to be Taurus season, baby. It's about to be Taurus season, man. Shout out to the Aries out there, though. You know, we rock with y'all.
Oh no, I think your birthday's not till next month. I'm guessing.
Till May.
Okay, yeah. Because I'm like,
May baby, stand up.
Definitely. I guess May Tauruses are just are better than April Tauruses.
Superior.
But because we are in the month of April, but the NCAA tournament is still going on and still going on strong. Actually, this is honestly side note. I think because the NCAA tournament is called March Madness, right?
Correct.
I think it should conclude in March. The NCAA tournament should conclude in March because it makes no sense to have the Final Four in April.
Right.
Like, if it's called March Madness. Like, my thing is then y'all need to start the conference championships for college basketball earlier.
Yeah, like March 1st. That's when March Madness need to start. March 1st.
Yeah, like y'all need to exactly, because the thing is, y'all start the conference championships like literally in the middle of March, and then like a few days after, bam, NCAA tournament, or usually like it's like the second week of March or something like that. Or y'all need to either do it like you said the first week of March or the last week in February, and have all that wrapped up by the first week of March, or even the last 2 weeks in February have it wrapped up by the first week of March. Because that way you start the NCAA tournament, and that way I feel like once again the NCAA tournament for the men's and women's side should end in the last week on March. But that's just my one little gripe with that. But yes, we got the Final Four. The Final Four on the men's side is NC State versus Purdue and Alabama versus UConn. And on the women's, it's NC State versus South Carolina and UConn versus Iowa. Now, no, your ears do not deceive you, listeners. Both the men's and women's, both for the men's and women's, NC State and UConn both have teams in the Final Four. And I think that's the first time that has happened that's the first time that has happened ever where the men's and the women's side had at least two of the same colleges represented in the Final Four. Now, I understand a few years ago the UConn women and men won the championship, but this is the first time where you've got two colleges now of the men's and women's side. But yeah, how do you feel about these Final Four matchups? And honestly, and also more specifically, KJ, how did you feel about watching the Elite Eight, since you watched the games and I did not? I'm sorry.
Man, first of all, I don't care. I don't care about none of this because North Carolina not in it no more.
Man,
we lost to freaking Alabama. We lost to a football school.
I watched that game, unfortunately. Honestly, after that, that's what killed my interest in watching.
It killed it a lot for me after because North Carolina not in it. I don't care. I'm mad.
Yeah, I don't care about little brother NC State.
But what kept it going was the fact that not only did I want to see Duke lose, but I wanted to see what happened with North Carolina State. I hate Duke the most, but my passion for hating North Carolina State is a little bit stronger, if that makes sense. But sometimes I go for North Carolina State, so I had to see how it shake out. So now we seeing big boy Big boy down there in
DJ Burns.
down there in what'd you say?
DJ Burns.
Yeah, we seeing BJ Burns and Zach Eden going up against each other. That's gonna be a crazy matchup. And I saw DJ Burns talking one time. And they were saying like, yo, like you have so much grace for a big man and blah blah. Like, where does that come from? Where does your game come from? He said, I always wanted to be like Akeem Olajuwon. I'm just built like an offensive lineman. I was like, yeah. And funny enough, some NFL teams had reached out to him about going to the combine. If you 6'7", 300 pounds and you can move like a dancing bear, I mean, hey.
I mean, it ain't the first time that a college basketball player made the transition from basketball to football. Think of mainly a lot of them are at tight end, like Antonio Gates.
Say the main one. We talking about Julius Peppers.
Yeah, I was getting to that.
Peppers is the only player
I know UNC
to go to a Final Four and a Super Bowl, baby, and he a North Carolina bred product. Talk to me, man.
I know. I was getting to Julius Peppers, but I was.
You gotta start with the heavy hitter, man.
Technically, the heavy hitter is no. Technically, actually, the heavy hitter is actually Tony Gonzalez. That's the actual because he's the Hall of Fame. He's So you got Tony G, Julius Peppers, Antonio Gates, Jimmy Graham. We've seen guys who played college basketball transition to the NFL. So we've seen this before. So, and honestly, all four of those guys have had success. All four of them. I know Jimmy Graham probably a little bit on the low end, but still, every single one of those guys that I named.
At one point in time, Jimmy Graham was saw as the best tight end in football.
Yeah. So every single one of those guys I had mentioned experienced success in the NFL. I had once again at varying levels, but still experienced success in the NFL. All right. So I wouldn't mind seeing DJ Burns, and he like 6'6", like I said, 300 pounds, moving like that so gracefully. Like, he would be an excellent offensive lineman.
Excellent offensive lineman, bro. Like, when I heard
left tackle,
like, you know what? Yeah.
Actually, I put him at right tackle.
Right tackle, yeah.
Yeah, let's see if we can do it right tackle.
I want my left tackle to be like 325, 350.
Yeah, like put him at right tackle or put him in the guard position. Somewhere around like either put him at right tackle or either left or right guard. I wouldn't put him at center. I wouldn't put him at left tackle. But he would.
I feel like he's too fluid to play on the inside.
Man,
he could play on the inside, but like he can move so well. It's just like.
But he could be like another Jason Kelce. Think of Jason Kelce. Like he was an offensive lineman that moved gracefully and all that stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like on the interior, there's been a precedent of some interior guys that can move. Like just imagine him pulling.
Yeah. Got a heck of a pull, boy.
Yeah, BJ Burns, yeah, definitely. Yes, I like you, KJ. Like the moment I saw, now first and foremost, that game with Alabama in UNC was like, it was exciting. I'm not gonna lie, it was exciting. It was like up and down. Like we were just like the moment a team scored, throw it out, throw it back out. Let's pitch the pace. It's like it kept on going up and down, up and down. Like the first half ended without. I'm like, really? I felt like 5 minutes just went by.
Right.
like the game, like that's how fast paced the
Buddy, what's his name? His last name start with a C for UNC. He had like 6 threes in the first half.
Oh yeah. I know what you're talking about too. I just forgot his name, but
I'm like, bro, how do we start off so hot and then just
cool down?
His last name is Ryan, I know that for sure. Cormac.
Yeah. Any number 32? Am I correct? Oh, I might be.
Number 3. He number 3.
Oh, who was I thinking about then? Anyway, It doesn't matter. But I know who you're talking about. But yeah, I'm just once UNC lost, it was like, man, forget it. Forget it, my interest is gone. But but yeah,
But now I'm like,
I did
now
I
I'm
did
like, I don't know if I want to root for. I don't know if I want to root for the state of North Carolina, or do I want to go for the Big Ten team? I'm not going for Alabama, and I don't really care enough about UConn. This UConn team don't have Kemba Walker, so I ain't really tripping on them either.
there's a small part of it, like there's an there's an overwhelming part of me that feels like UConn's gonna repeat, like on the men's side. It just feels that, huh?
They definitely can.
But yeah, definitely. So I'm just all right. So, but all right, men's Final Four, man. I'm gonna on the table. Who do you think is going? Who do you think is going to make it out? Who do you think is going to make it to the championship game?
UConn and Purdue.
Give me NC State and UConn. I'm riding with the DJ Burrs train. I'm riding with it.
Okay.
Anyways, my brackets are already like completely busted up anyway. So yeah, give me NC State and UConn. But let's talk about. Did you watch the women's Final Four?
Some more disappointment for me. I know I love Angel Reese. Man, I was pulling for Angel Reese super heavy, super heavy. But you know, Caitlin Clark out here dropping 40 on people, taking at half court, taking 3 steps diagonally to the left and just letting it fly like Steph Curry and making it some crazy stuff, man. But then my girl Juju lost. Man, Juju, Flau'jae, and Angel Reese lost. I'm disinterested. I am disinterested. But hey, you know, like I said, another Big Ten team, so I ain't too mad. But I think that this was a really interesting Final Four, especially for women's basketball, because you have 2 stars on LSU, you have a mega star in Iowa, you have a star in Paige Bucher.
Yeah.
At UConn, and then you got Juju, the third, averaging 27 as a freshman for USC. I mean, this was the first time I ever really paid it. I be watching women's basketball all the time, professionally in college, or not all the time, but every now and then. But this is the first time I just tuned in like that. That was pretty interesting.
Speaking of tuning in, a lot of people tuned in to the LSU versus Iowa game. I think it was like the highest, other than football, was like the highest rated sports, highest rated like American sports. Like basically 12.3 million people watched that game.
That's crazy.
And it's because, you know, the people involved. You know, you got
It's the rematch of last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, we mentioned last year's championship game.
Where Angel Reese won. She may have lost this time, but she got her ring.
There's a reason why it was so interesting. Why a lot of people watched it. I'm just knowing that there are a lot of racial undertones. But anyway,
A little bit. Because they was like, last year, they was like, how dare this black girl with all this spunk come talk to this white girl like that? Our Larry Bird.
Yeah.
They ain't like that.
Yeah, there was. All right, I don't. That's why also a whole bunch of million people, and that's how come Angel Reese has been getting so much hate, honestly, throughout this whole entire season. Like people have just been waiting for her to fail, waiting for LSU to fail. Like, just imagine, like why? Because this is honestly why I want. This is the reason why I really wanted to talk about the NCAA women. It's not. Honestly, a lot of Caitlin Clark's fame has come from. And I'm just gonna be honest with this. All right, I don't know. Listen, if our podcast gets flagged by YouTube when I upload it because of this, I don't care. All right, they're not gonna just trying to silence my free speech, and I'm going to be honest where I have to be because I got to keep this podcast is about keeping the 10 toes. All right. The reason why, yes, a lot of people watched LSU versus Iowa, and like I understand, Caitlin Clark is a big star. She really is. But part of the reason why she's a star is coming from what I like to call the Taylor Swift effect. Now you might ask, what does Taylor Swift have to do with Caitlin Clark? Okay,
I want to know.
Rewind 15 years ago, when Kanye West interacted with Taylor Swift and all that, and people were like, "Oh, how dare this black man did this to this poor little white girl," and all that stuff. And she became even a bigger star than she already was because of what happened. Because people kept on feeling sorry for her. Because like, how dare this big, how dare this black man do that to this poor little white girl? All right, same thing with Angel Reese doing that to Caitlin Clark when they won the championship. Doing the hand in the face, doing little John Cena can't see me and all that good stuff. But how dare this, how dare this black girl do this to our Larry Bird, to our women version of Larry Bird. How dare they do that to her? And guess what? She got a whole bunch of sympathy behind her. Knowing that, when us as African Americans, when we play any type of sport, the way we play sports is with a lot of trash talking. We don't, it's not, hey pal, good job on that. Nah, it's like, yeah, in your face, but it's all of that. It's a lot of flavor, a lot of trash talking, a lot. Yeah, yes, like it's a lot of bravado, all of that. That's the way us African Americans. That's the way, like culturally, that's the way we play sports. That's the way we play any type of sport, and not just football, not just basketball, which is really our main sports. But even if we were to play hockey, baseball, any kind of sport, we're very in your face, very, like you said, a lot of bravado, a lot of all of that. So when we saw Angel Reese doing all that, we like as a majority for the African Americans, we didn't have no problem with that. I'm
on the Angel Reese bandwagon.
Yeah, we're like, hey, we ain't got no problem with that. She gonna do like, she won the championship. She has the right to talk trash. You can't take that away from it. But because honestly, because I'm going to be on, because if the roles were reversed, if it was in a reverse way, let's say it's not Angel Reese and Clayton Clark. Let's say it was let's say it was a black girl and then the white girl was talking trash and all that, winning the championship, like with all that bravado. There would be a lot. I feel like there would be a lot less backlash. That's just me. All right, because nobody cares about the poor little black girl actually losing. But so. Being, nobody cares about a poor little black girl losing and being second place because, subconsciously in a lot of, white people's mind, I guess that's where the black girl or black boy belongs. Now I know a lot of people are gonna listen to this podcast and why you got to make it this all about race. Like, listen, I understand. Just because, once again, I'm just keeping 10 toes down. I understand this is a sports podcast and all that, but I've got to address this. I have to say what I have to say. All right, I'm a person that doesn't try to make everything all about race. However, when it's obvious that race is playing a part, I'm going to call it out. All right, because I do agree. Does everything have to be about race? No. I even get tired of that. I really do. I'm not gonna lie to you. I do. I wish everything wasn't about race. I wish we can literally see the content of a person's character. But however, if I feel race is playing a part in a certain situation, especially with this one where everybody's just so happy that Angel Reese fail. You should just see. I see all the comments on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, or X, whatever, on everywhere, on every single platform. So many people are happy that Angel Reese lost. All right, so many. And honestly, with the majority, from what I've seen, majority being a certain color of a certain race. I'm just saying, just being honest. I'm just.
I mean, I think that Angel Reese's, to your first point, not Angel Reese. Hey, Shouty. Caitlin Clark, her fame, yeah, it got blown to proportion. I think both of them. Well, Angel Reese, she her own brand, boy. She was going crazy last year, but Caitlin Clark, she got a lot of boosts from developing like a rivalry, but like all of her clout, I feel like come from her shooting ability. Like that girl can score. She didn't have multiple 30, 40 point.
No, I'm not saying that that did not play a part in. I do believe her skill. I think
what I'm saying is like, just like us, like back in the day, you had Michael Jordan versus Larry Bird.
Yep.
Right now we got, bringing the most recent, we have Reese versus Clark.
Mm-hmm.
I like Reese because Reese looked like me. They like Clark because Clark looked like them.
True.
That's how I see it, but I can't
No, you don't. No, you like Reese because she bad. But anyway.
Man, let me tell you something, man. I'm for relationships, but if I ever see, boy. Anyway, moving on.
I'm about to say, man. Yeah.
Well, I'm shooting that shot. The buckets. No, but moving forward, I would love to see I saw somebody say that they would love to see Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese on the same team going into their WNBA careers. I think that would be cool, but I would love to see them be on rival teams and play each other. Oh man, keep that going. Keep it going. Sports is about teamwork and camaraderie, and some people think it's about winning and blah, this, that, and the third. But a lot of the reasons why we love sports is because we can have that bravado, that rah-rah, that I'm pitted against you. That's what sports is. It's a competition. So when you see people getting up on other people's faces, this is what was wrong with the NFL for a minute, because when it was taking away the celebrations and everything like that. We want to see people get hype. When people get hype, they play better. Why? More adrenaline. Come on, that's science, right? I don't want my star player to be a pushover. I want my star player to be like Kobe Bryant or like Michael Jordan. You know what I'm saying? So
definitely.
I'm with all of that. I want Caitlin Clark to start clapping back. Yeah, she do it on the court. People nowadays want athletes to they want them to have debutante etiquette or table manners when it comes to, is what I'm trying to say, when it comes to sports. And sports is not table manners, man. Maybe if you're playing golf or tennis, but if I'm playing a contact sport or I'm playing a sport where I have to guard another individual, oh man, let me tell you something. I'm in their ear.
Definitely. So who do you think is going to come out of that women's Final Four? I'm gonna take South Carolina and Iowa. I think in my one for the women's, that's what I had in the final. That's what I had in the final.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that too. Growing up, I never, even though my whole family from South Carolina, they grew up South Carolina fans. I ain't never liked South Carolina, but this one time, I'm gonna do the opposite than what I'm doing with the men's. I'm going for the home team. That's the only reason why. If it was Caitlin Clark versus somebody else, I guess I'd go for her. But South Carolina, we gotta hold that one down.
I think. Yeah, I would love to see. Mainly because I wanted to see that. I like narrative. I know, sports is all about narratives. That's how people get interested. I want to see, can Caitlin Clark bring down the juggernaut South Carolina, because honestly, they've been the juggernaut. Like, even though they did not win the championship last last college basketball season, but I think the season before that and the season before that they won two. They won back to back, right? If I remember correctly, I don't know. But basically, we got. Can they stop the dynasty? That is like because it looks like South Carolina is going to be the new UConn. Yeah, like the South Carolina women's going to be the new UConn women's, where they're the dynasty now. Because like 36-0, undefeated. I would love to see that. But that's it for all the little college basketball talk. It's going to be an interesting Final Four. But let's go ahead and go to the football field. And we are in the month of April. That means the NFL draft is only 3 weeks away now. And to commemorate that, we're going to remock our top 10 draft. Then, so the next week we're going to go 11 through 20. And then the week after that, we're going to do 21 through 32. All right. So just because, we know free agency happened. So some of these teams' needs have kind of changed up, which means that's why we got to remock the top 10. So I can tell you right now, my top 3 has remained unchanged. However, 4 through 10, it's about to get interesting. Well, no, sorry. My 1 through 4 stayed the same, but my 5 through 10, that's when things start getting interesting. But KJ, why don't you tell me about your remocked now top 10 NFL draft?
It's definitely 1 through 3 is definitely the same. I see people people talking. Well, y'all know like the Vikings just got another first rounder, so they're obviously looking to move up. So I don't know if that's going to be 4 or 5, or if another team is going to move up in that other position. But yeah, I mean, we not doing a trade. So 1 through 4 is really the exact same. You got Caleb Williams, you have Jaden Daniels, you have Drake May, you have Marvin Harrison.
Yep.
I think in my last draft I had Brock Bowers going to the Chargers.
Yeah.
To switch things up, I'm gonna say Malik Neighbors, because they need weapons bad.
Yeah, definitely. Especially they traded Keenan Allen and then let Mike Williams go.
All you have is Quentin Johnson. Yikes. I mean, they got Jordan Palmer too. They like Jordan Palmer a lot. They let go of Everett. That was the tight end that they liked a lot. So I don't know what was up with that. Like I said, just to shake things up, I'm gonna give them Malik Neighbors. For the Giants, I'm gonna go ahead and give them. Roma Dunes, because they're looking for a receiver. So all the top 3 receivers are gone. All the top 3 quarterbacks are gone. Joe Alt got to go to the Titans. The Falcons, man. Because the Titans are not looking for a receiver. That's good. They're all gone. The Titans really ain't looking for much. Maybe just to help their offensive line, because they're gonna need. Look, let me tell you something. Pollard is gonna need an offensive line to run behind. You can't go from the Dallas Cowboys and have a weak offensive line, right?
Gotcha.
So they got to go Joe Alt. Atlanta offense is solid, super solid. Ain't nothing wrong with that offense. So they're gonna go ahead and get Dallas Turner. I have that same mock. The Bears could opt to trade down at this spot, but I'm gonna go ahead and give them another tackle in Fasanu. And I'm giving at 10. I'm giving the Jets Brock Bowers. Yep. They are all in on Aaron Rodgers. They got them 2 old behind tackles, and Morgan Moses, another old name. So I don't see them going tackle at this spot. The receivers are gone. They ain't looking for no defense because they just traded for Hassan Reddick.
True.
They're not looking for no pass rushers. Yeah. If they could get Brock Bowers and who else did they? Breece Hall, Aaron Rodgers, Garrett Wilson. Who else they receiver they just got? Got another receiver.
True.
Yeah, but even that core right there, along with that defense, is just give it to them.
All right. For me, KJ, my top 4 does remain unchanged. I got Caleb Williams, Jane Daniels, Drake May, Marvin Harrison Jr. That doesn't change. We're not going there. I agree with you, KJ. I don't know you. I thought at 5, I do got the Chargers also selecting Malik Neighbors. Now, some people may feel Romo Dunes may be the second best receiver in the class.
I definitely think so.
Now people may think Neighbors have a little bit more physical tools than Romo Dunes. But give me Malik Neighbors to the Chargers. The Giants, I originally had them picking Joe Alt, but this time I'm gonna give him Brock Bowers. I was looking at what the Giants have done because I actually did a little research before. Before.
Ooh, okay.
I looked at what each team's, especially like 5 through 10, because since I knew I was going to I knew the top 4 was going to remain unchanged. So 5 through 10, I really looked at like what moves have they made throughout the offseason. The Giants have actually added about 4 different offensive linemen throughout this offseason. All right. So they've actually during free agency have been actively getting more offensive linemen. So I think they want to see how that offensive line pans out. All right. So because of that, I'm not going to give them Joe Alt. However, since they did get their new franchise quarterback in Drew Lock, yes, I said it. Drew Lock's going to need yes. I'm predicting Drew Lock will be starting eventually over Daniel Jones, but Drew Lock's going to need a safety valve. Give him Brock Bowers.
Yikes.
I'm gonna give the Giants, yes, Brock Bowers. All right.
They need some kind of weapons over there.
So definitely a safety net, and especially I don't think they have Darren Waller anymore either.
Nah.
So
he wasn't really a factor for real anyway.
So yeah, definitely. And in my estimation, Brock Bowers is probably the best player in the draft. Because once again, I've said on this podcast that there are many times throughout this college football season where I'm like, is this man the best player in college football? 7, Joe Alt to the Titans, same thing. And 8, same thing that you had. I got Dallas Turner going to the Falcons. Originally, I had the Falcons getting Michael Penix, but I put an asterisk by that because I was like, if they get a quarterback, this might change. They have a Kirko change. Dallas Turner. I got the Bears. I was like wide receiver O-line. They got to build their team from the inside out. They got to get a good guy to protect their franchise quarterback, Caleb Williams. So I got them drafted. Troy Fatuanu out of Washington. He's rated higher than Olu Fashanu, so that's what I'll do. And thank you, KJ, for reminding me, because originally I had the Jets then drafting Olu Fashanu in my remock, but then you reminded me that they did get Tyron Smith in the so though if the Jets still could draft Olu Fashanu and then have him like learn behind a Tyron Smith That would be a. So then you got you. So then once Tyron Smith, probably retires after this year, guess what? You just slip Olufashinu back in. You know, that'd be a good. That'd be a. But yeah, I really got them in my remock. I got them getting Rome Odunze out of Washington. Like you said, they need another receiver. They need to go all in. This is their window. As I said, this is their window. This year is their window because now it looks like the Bills are powering down. It looks like the Miami Dolphins are powering down. So this is your window to actually win the championship because I feel like if they do not win the championship this year, I feel like their window is closed. So this is your window. Y'all better make it happen. So you better go all in, and that means getting a lot of weapons for Aaron Rodgers. So
Dudes and Garrett. Ugh.
That's a good 1-2 punch right there. But
wait, can I make a quick point? A quick draft 2.0.
Yeah,
I'm only gonna switch 2 spots.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm gonna switch a lot. In my first pick, I can't do that. Never mind, because we're not doing trades. I was gonna say the Bears gonna trade down.
Nah.
But never mind.
Yeah, we going straight. But speaking of the Bills powering down, today they made a trade. They traded Stephon Diggs, their number 1 wide receiver, to the Texans. Surprising. It's like 50% surprising, 50% not. If you saw the way Stephon Diggs played this year, he played more like a number 2, number 3 receiver instead of a number 1 that he's paid. I've mentioned that on the podcast. So, and also he did. He made some comments. I think it was yesterday that he responded to somebody how he said how they said Diggs was not essential to Josh Allen's success, and he was like, "Are you sure about that?" So, and there have been rumors that that Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs kind of been feuding with each other, and of course,
they've been beefing for 2 years at this point.
Yeah, so of course the franchise is going to choose the franchise quarterback over the wide receiver every single time. I mean, look at Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes, and honestly, the Chiefs have won 2 Super Bowls since then. So, though I will admit that in both those Super Bowls, their defense, especially in this past one, their defense definitely was, and even in the last one, the defense made a lot of plays, a lot of game changing plays. All right, their defense. All right, so they've been mainly led by their defense, but however, they kind of changed up their philosophy of their team. Instead of being a high flying offense, they were more of a ball control, defensive minded team, which is weird, especially when you have Patrick Mahomes as your quarterback. But the moral of the story is that, hey, she's right. Receivers not really needed that much. So yeah. So how do you feel about this trade?
Well, first, I'll give y'all a little bit of details about this trade. The Texans got Stephon Diggs, good lord. And the Bills, if they needed anything else, the Bills got a second round 2025 pick, and then the Texans also received a 6th round in this year, and then a 5th round in next year. But dang, the Texans got Stephon Diggs. We were just talking about how the Texans have a lot of weapons at receiver and everything like that. They don't really have a true number 1, and all of their receivers are usually injured at some point in time. One, if not both, or all. Well, I don't think they've ever had all 3 injured at the same time. But them getting Stephon Diggs, you're telling me You have C.J. Stroud throwing to Stephon Diggs. That sounds way better than Josh Allen throwing to Stephon Diggs. I don't know. I ain't trying to be no hater, but
First of all,
man,
my MVP
it's not
is better.
your MVP finna take it. Boy, that man finna recede like a hairline. Woo! I mean, looking at this, bro. I feel like the Texans might be taking the Bills' spot in the AFC as the big three. As Kendrick Lamar would refute. Because now, man, wow, that's crazy. So you have C.J. Stroud, Stephon Diggs, you have Joe Mixon, you got Noah Brown, you got Nico Collins. What? And then you fix up your defense as well. You still got in Daniil Hunter. You still brought in Jeff Okudah. You still brought in some depth and all of that. Along. Oh man, yeah, I'm afraid of the Texans. I'm not gonna lie. Year 2, if CJ Stroud breaks the barrier of like sophomore slumps, I'm afraid. But then on the Bills side, my bad, I'm almost done. On the Bills side, like all these people they lost: Stephon Diggs, Jordan Poyer, Mitch Morse, Gabe Davis, Tre'Davious White, Leonard Floyd. Like, come on, man. Are they gonna win 10 games this year? You have a receiving core of Curtis Samuel, Mac Hollins, and Khalil Shakir. They're definitely going receiver at 28. They're definitely going receiver at 28.
Honestly, I don't know if I feel like if they want to get a real number one receiver, they might try to find the Bills might try to find a way, because you got rid of Stephon Diggs. Now I'm going to talk about the Bills side first, because apparently I'm a Bills fan. But
you might want to receive that fandom.
No, but they're going to need to. They're going to probably. I don't know. I'm just looking at the draft. They might want to trade up. Maybe they might think of trading up to get a pick. Maybe I don't know. I just gotta. Because I'm just trying to look at what can the Bills do at 28? What team what can they pick up? But on the Bills side, you need a wide receiver. You need because honestly, your best receiver is probably, I don't know, Dawson Kincaid or Dawson Knox. Yeah. That's not advice. That's not really given very, that's not very, very promising. Now, I understand people are going to say, oh, look, the Chiefs, they got rid of all their number one receivers. They didn't have any receivers this year, and they still won the championship. That's different. The difference.
They ain't got Andy Reid.
No, that's not even that. They don't have the Chiefs' defense, because the Bills also lost pieces on defense as well. So, at least the thing is, the difference is the Chiefs this year had one of the best defenses in the league. Honestly, in my opinion, they were a top 5 defense in the league. At worst.
The Bills?
No. I'm talking about the Chiefs. This year.
Yeah, for sure.
Talking about a defense that did not give up more than 27 points the whole season, including postseason. That was a top 5 defense in the league. That's what helped them circumvent that loss of receivers. Because honestly, if they didn't have as good as defense as they did, they were not going to win. They would not win the championship this year. I don't care how good Patrick Mahomes is. But the thing is, the difference is the Bills, they lost pieces on defense too. So how good is that defense going to be?
Terrible.
Because if that defense is bad, coupled with that, you don't really have any good wide receivers. You don't have a defense to help circumvent your lack of weapons on offense, that don't look like a good season.
You know what they're gonna
So what?
do? Tush push with Josh Allen. That's gonna be their only play.
But yeah, on the Texas side, another weapon. Now you've got and now you've got honestly you could put Stephon Diggs at the slot because like I said he's been playing more. He played more like a number 2, number 3 receiver this year. So now that's more weapon for CJ Stroud. Man, CJ Stroud might have an MVP season this year.
Man, you know what I'm sitting here trying to ponder on. I'm just like just think of CJ Stroud and Stephon Diggs with the deep ball. Come on, man, that's not fair. That sounds like Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry. The only player they could have gotten better at wide receiver this offseason for CJ Stroud would have been Mike Evans. Stephon Diggs is definitely up there, number 2.
Yeah. So, but
I saw. Hold on. I saw a tweet where this dude put Skip Bayless when he was talking about it's my turn. There was like that's T. Higgins when he saw Stephon Diggs get traded.
Definitely. But if I had to grade it, this trade is more like I would say a D for the Bills. For the Texans, this is about an A grade because you didn't give up that much for him.
Nothing.
You didn't really give up nothing for him, and like I said, he's gonna be like your third wide receiver. So yeah. But definitely Stroud for Stroud, baby. MVP season.
They need to give up a 2 this year. They gave up 2 next year. Anyways, go ahead.
But let's go ahead and wrap this podcast up with like the way we always do. This is a very short podcast. Yoo-hoo. With our last second shout out. So KJ, who in the sports world do you have to shout out?
Hey man, you know who I'm shouting out. I'm still, even though she lost, I'm still shouting out Angel Reese. I'm gonna get an honorable mention to Flage. Flage, she fired. She's super fired. But I'm shouting out Angel Reese because she just declared for the WNBA draft. And I don't know where she going, but I'm going to get a jersey. My new team. I don't know about y'all. Maybe to the Aces and talk all the stuff with Asian Wilson.
Definitely. Well, my shout out goes to Jen Zebo. That's why I saw the nickname on. That's pretty nice. Jen Zebo, DJ Burns, the man, once again, built like an offensive lineman, but plays like Hakeem Olajuwon. However, like just dominating Duke, completely dominating Duke. But yeah, shout out to you. Great job, little brother, NC State. I don't hate y'all. I don't. Get y'all a ring, man. Yeah. Because y'all little brother. I ain't gonna have a really hateful little brother. At the end of the day. So get y'all a ring this year, man. Get y'all a ring. But that's all the time we have, folks. I am MC Ron with his co-host.
It's Kenan.
And we are keeping it 10 toes down. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to be on the podcast and talk your sports stuff with the best of the business, that is me and my co-host KJ. All you have to do is one of 2 things. Either send an email to keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. That is keepingit10toesdown@gmail.com. Or send us a direct message on Instagram. That is at keepingit10toes. That is at keepingit10toes. I'm sorry, y'all. We got to keep this a little bit short and sweet and to the point. But MC Ron's laptop's about to die, so I'm sorry. But y'all enjoy the Final Four. Y'all enjoy, hopefully, Iowa and South Carolina matches up in the finals. And hopefully Iowa wins because that was my pick. And hopefully NC State, baby, little brother, go ahead and win it all. Also, WrestleMania is this weekend as well. So I can't wait to watch the Tribal Chief and Cody Rhodes in action. And The Rock is back as well. So, woohoo! I'm going to have a great weekend. But, y'all have a great night.
And remember,
The Rock is also a Taurus.
The sun is under my feet and I come in peace to compete. I don't run if you athlete. My statistics go up in weeks and I go visit the nearest creek and I get busy. Yo, mini MC really ballistic. Anybody can see any assistance. Everybody to see some persistence. Breaking out some be really too vicious. The permanent beast and the demolition. Breaking up the street. Better partition. Better dot your T. Hannibal mention. Out of all you see. Putting my dick in the rap industry. Everybody bitching. Getting mad at me. Breaking out Kendrick in a battery. And I'm charged up in a catastrophe. It's charged up in audacity. And y'all fucks never gonna hassle me. And y'all luck.